Hey everyone. Hi. So I think it's about, let me check the time, it's about 1 minute until we begin officially our meditation. And this is day 2 of our meditation cycle. And welcome. And if you're having any problems with the sound, or if there's anything going on you want to let us know, if you had any questions after yesterday, you're always welcome to type them in. I hope you guys are doing really well. If you are scrolling past Yogaground right now, stop scrolling. We're going to do a 20-minute, well, actually a 14-minute meditation. And it might be exactly what you need if you're finding yourself doing this a lot these days. If you're just joining us, welcome. We're just going to wait for maybe another 30 seconds, another minute, just to see if anyone's logging on and joining us for this meditation. And actually, we always want to start slowly with meditation. You can't kind of like run, relax. You want to ease towards it. So, Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome. My name is Liz, and here we are at the Verhava Studios in Rotterdam of Yogaground. And this is day 2 of our 5-day meditation cycle. So, welcome. I had wanted to point out different things about sitting in meditation, because often we get a comment that, sitting for a long time, it can be really uncomfortable, especially these muscles that run up and down the spine can start to really become sore. And there's a couple things you can do to help yourself with that. One is you could sit against a wall. If you lean up against a wall, it helps you find that straight spine, but it gives you a little bit of extra support, a little external spine in the wall to help you find a way to relax and be upright at the same time. This line of energy from the pelvic floor up to the very top of the head is so important. And so that's why in meditation, we don't want to be slumped. When we slump over, we can't breathe into the belly or the diaphragm. We're cutting off our ability to breathe. But we're also blocking the energy from traveling through the body. Another nice way to support the back in a seated meditation is if you have a pillow or a blanket, you could roll it like this. If you're going to sit cross-legged, you could make a big high X with the calves. Slide your blanket between the ankles underneath the X. And then when you drop your knees, you'll find that your knees don't fall so much to the floor. They're a little lifted. And this can help you relax the thighs and stay upright. So this is always an option as well. Of course, if you're in meditation and the body is just screaming at you and you realize, I'm not meditating now, I'm just torturing myself, then lie down on your back. There are no rules here. We're only here to quiet the mind and to bring our focus inwards. And so with that thought, let's begin our practice. And so the first thing I'd like you to do is just open your eyes nice and wide and look around the room. Maybe if there's a window nearby, you could look outside and just take in some light, eyes wide open, really looking out into your world. And then please slowly drop your gaze. Drop your gaze. And let the eyelids soften. And finally, let the eyes gently close. Bring your hands to rest anywhere that feels good. Sometimes people like to have their hands on the lap or have their hands on the knees, slightly stretched out away from you. Lift up through the spine. And then take a moment just to look at whatever colors you can see behind your closed eyelids. And how does it feel to look with the eyes closed? A big part of all yoga practices is something called pratyahara, the inward drawing of the senses. And so when we close our eyes, we are signaling to our nervous system that we are safe. We're signaling to ourselves that we are about to practice pratyahara, this natural inward dwelling of the senses. And so instead of looking out into the world, we look inside. So let the eyes rest. Let the eyes rest. And then let the legs rest. Allow your thighs to become heavy. And you might even feel a sense that your sitting bones separate and the bones sink and the bum spreads onto whatever you're sitting on. Soften the belly. Soften the very lowest belly so that you can feel the breath move the belly. Every time you breathe in, that in-breath drops down into the soft belly, it spreads. And every time you breathe out, it also feels like a drop into your relaxed body. Relax the rib cage and the armpits. Relax the shoulders and allow the elbows to feel heavy. And then please relax your fingertips and the palms of your hands. Relax the neck and relax the face. With a long spine, lift your rib cage a little higher from the hips, but then consciously drop the hips back down heavy onto your cushion that you're sitting on. Soften your lips. Soften the tongue inside your mouth and let the tongue drop flat and wide onto the floor of the mouth. You might even notice that there's a little bit of space between the bottom row and top row of teeth. Soften the roof of your mouth, so the very top of your mouth, that dome-like shape, the hard palate, softens and floats. Like the roof of your mouth might float all the way up to the very center of your brain. Soften your eyebrows, and the space between the eyebrows widens and opens. Let the eyeballs themselves rest in the eye sockets so that they can really relax. Those muscles that hold the eyes in, that help the eyes move, can just rest. As our gaze, our look turns inwards, pratyahara. And then please draw your awareness up to the very, very top of the head. And can you lift the top of your head a little higher, but at the same time feel the pelvic floor, the space between the two sitting bones, that bit of flesh you're sitting on right now, drops heavier into the floor as the top of the head floats higher. And then from the top of the head, drop your awareness down to the center of the brain, the center of the throat, the center of the chest, the center of the solar plexus or diaphragm space. Drop your awareness now to the very center of your lowest belly or the lower back. And then back down to the soft spread of the pelvic floor as it rests. And then in your own time, travel back up through that line of energy from the pelvic floor, through the lower belly, center of the diaphragm, center of the heart, center of the throat, center of the brain, and back up to the very top of the head. And at the top of the head, can you feel the top of the head it's almost like it opens slightly. And then how would it feel to imagine like maybe a cloud or a light or some kind of energy or an air or however that feels for you, something just above you, above the head. And then that shimmering light or a dancing soft rain shower starts to sprinkle down onto your body from that space or cloud or energy up overhead. This little shower just for you of love or of warmth might be a shower of belonging or of welcome. So how would it feel to have that little moment of letting this energy just wash down from above onto your body, through your body? And then allow that image or that sensation, that feeling just to drift away. And bring your focus onto the soft breath. Where do you feel the breath the most? Can you feel it in the lower belly? Do you feel it in your lungs? Where do you feel the breath in your body that might surprise you a little? Maybe you can feel it in your thighs or in your hands. And welcome in all the breaths, the short breaths, the long breaths, the sighs. There's no need to do anything fancy with the breath. We simply watch the breath move. And then notice the breath just at the very tip of the nose. The right nostril and the left nostril. And can you feel the right and the left nostril separately? So that every time you breathe in, you're just breathing in this little bit of air that's right in front of the face. Nothing fancy. And you can feel that breath coming in both nostrils. And then find the space just between the eyebrows. We're going to think of our breath like a little triangle, where we have our right nostril and our left nostril, and then the apex, the top of the triangle, is the space between the eyebrows. And can you feel yourself inhale cool air through both nostrils, and it lifts up to the top of the triangle between the eyebrows. And then the exhale begins at the top of that triangle between the eyebrows and comes out warm through both nostrils. And how does that feel? Keep the belly relaxed, the shoulders relaxed. And the breath moving through that little triangle, 2 nostrils at the bottom, and 1 point between the eyebrows at the top of the triangle. And now using just the mind, just your imagination, can you feel yourself breathe in just through the left nostril, all the way up to the top of the triangle between the eyebrows. And then back down and out through the right nostril. This triangular breath. We inhale through the right nostril then and lift that breath up to the top of the triangle between the eyebrows. And exhale down out through the left. We inhale through the left nostril up to the top of the triangle between the eyebrows. And then exhale down through the right nostril. Inhale, right nostril. And exhale, left. And then in your own time, can you continue this breath, alternating from one side of the triangle going up, and then going back down on the exhale through the other side of the triangle. And then up that second side of the triangle the next time you breathe in. And allow this triangle breath to support you in this moment. We're going to grow our triangle breath so that our triangles now start with the right hand and the left hand as they rest on your legs. So that you inhale from the right fingertips all the way up, the right arm, all the way up to the top of the triangle between the eyebrows. And then you exhale down the left arm, all the way to the left fingertips. We inhale up the left arm. And then we exhale out the right arm. And so how does it feel to grow that triangle so that your triangle of breath, the two bottom points are the right and left hands, and the top of your triangle, that point between the eyebrows. And then continue with that breath for a moment. And now can you rest your mind just at that point between the eyebrows and allow the body to breathe itself. So that there is no effort here. There is no effort. Just a soft focus on the point between the eyebrows. And then from that point between the eyebrows, move to the center of the brain. Bring your awareness down to the center of the neck, the center of the heart, the center of the diaphragm, the center of the lower belly, right back down to the pelvic floor, to your bum, to the relaxed thighs, that connection to the ground, to what you're sitting on. Begin to deepen the breath. And then please drop your chin down. Drop your chin down onto the top of the chest so that when you slowly blink open your eyes, the first thing you see is maybe your hands or the floor in front of you. And then slowly lift the head to let the light in and the outside world in again. And so I hope this meditation has served you. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you very much, everyone. And if you're on Instagram live right now and you want to share any experiences or have any questions about meditation, Fernand and Chara are here. And we'll repeat your questions out to me if you have any questions or want to know anything about meditation. And if not, well done, guys. And we're going to be back tomorrow, same time, same place on Instagram Live. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, of course. Always, you can email me, Liz Ellen Yoga, or you can email Yogaground, hey@Yogaground, and you can always, ask questions. I'm more than happy. I will send you back like a novel on yoga. It's ridiculous when people send me an innocent question by email. They get a whole lot back, more than they ever imagined. So yeah, happy to chat about yoga. Thank you so much, guys. Have a really wonderful afternoon.